So today we're diving into the incredible story of a 20th century Polish nun, Maria Faustina Kowalska. It's a really remarkable journey, all about how a life lived in pretty much complete obscurity and a single secret document ended up creating a spiritual legacy that now touches millions all over the globe. So picture this, it's 1938, and Sister Faustina dies from tuberculosis. To the outside world, her life seemed, well, entirely unremarkable. She was just one of many devout women living a very quiet, cloistered life of prayer and work. Honestly, her death barely made a ripple.
But here's the thing, she left something behind. Her spiritual directors had asked her to write everything down, her inner life, her struggles, and what she said were these profound mystical experiences. This was her diary, a deeply personal record that she never, ever intended for the public to see.
And that brings us to the big question, right? How did the private, secret writings of this humble nun completely transform her, after her death, into one of the most beloved saints of our time? The answer is all in the story of her life and the powerful message hidden in those pages. All right, so let's back up a bit. How did this all begin? Well, her journey was anything but easy. It all started from very, very humble beginnings in rural Poland. She was born Helena Kowalska back in 1905. She was the third of 10 kids in a poor but really devout family. And from a very young age, she just felt this powerful connection to her faith, this deep desire to dedicate her entire life to God. But it felt like every single door was slammed in her face. Her parents didn't want her to leave home. She was way too poor to afford the dowry that a lot of convents required. And with very little formal education, she was turned away again and again. It really seemed like it just wasn't going to happen for her. But Helena, she was not giving up. She headed to Warsaw, and after even more rejections, in 1925, she was finally accepted by the Congregation of the Sisters of Our Lady of Mercy. And it was there that she took on her new identity, Sister Maria Faustina.
Okay, so this is where everything changes. This is the real turning point. Inside the convent, Sister Faustina's private spiritual life got way more intense, leading to a vision that would end up defining her entire mission and legacy.
So let's set the scene. The year is 1931. Sister Faustina is in her small room in a convent in Plock, Poland. And it's right here that she records an encounter that changes absolutely everything. In her diary, she wrote about seeing Jesus, who appeared to her with these two powerful rays of light. One was pale, one was red, just shining right from his heart. This image would become the absolute centerpiece of the devotion she was told to spread. And get this, she wrote that Jesus himself explained what the rays meant. The pale ray, that's the water that purifies souls, a clear nod to baptism. The red ray is the blood, which is the very life of souls, pointing to the Eucharist. Together, they're like a fountain of divine mercy for a world that was heading into some very dark times. But there was one more thing. Along with this image, she was told to include a simple, powerful signature, 5 words that would become a prayer for millions all around the world. Jesus, I trust in you. That was the core of the message, a call to just radically trust in God's boundless mercy. So, here's the crazy part. When she died, all of this was still a secret, right? Tucked away in her diary and known only to her confessors. So how on earth did this private revelation become a global phenomenon? Let's take a look at how her legacy just exploded after she was gone. So after she passes away in 38, her writings slowly start to, well, get out. Her diary was compiled into the book we now know as Divine Mercy in My Soul, and the devotion got a huge boost from a fellow Pole, Pope John Paul II, who officially made her a saint in the year 2000, bringing her message to the whole world. And with that canonization, the Church gave her a title that just perfectly sums up her entire life's work. She was now formally known as the Apostle of Divine Mercy, the one tasked with reminding the world of God's love and forgiveness. I mean, the impact has been absolutely staggering. Today, it's estimated that over 100 million Catholics practice the Divine Mercy devotion. It's an incredible legacy, and all of it, every bit, came from the private visions of a young, uneducated nun recorded in a secret diary. Which really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? From total obscurity to a global legacy,
the story of St. Faustina kind of pushes us to ask, what really is the power of one person's quiet, unwavering conviction? And how can a message of hope, written down in secret, ripple out to change the entire world?